just can't stop, won't stop hustling. But I just
What up, Grannies and Granddad's? It's your boy, the Black Abstract. You locked in once again. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We almost at 300 subs. I appreciate each and every one of you. So listen, I know you seen the title and you're thinking, what the hell? Now, if you know me, you know Clout Chasing Candace. We don't really see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I saw her interview on the roommate's YouTube channel, and she had a lot of interesting facts and points. Um, and it made me rethink my opinion of Candace Owens. Political shit aside, she really gave a lot of interesting points when it came to feminism, uh, when it comes to the sensationalism of burying yourself on Instagram, how a lot of females post these thirst traps. She just her whole view in particular was very impressing to me. The way she articulates herself, she's very confident. She's also embracing her femininity. She's a mother. She just impressed me all across the board. And also kudos to the gentleman over at the roommates who gave the interview. Very intelligent brother. He was great interview. He did his thing. I got a couple of clips I'm gonna play. Let's check them out.
Becoming a part of a society that's ADHD. You want to know why our grandparents stayed together? Because they weren't looking at ass cheeks all day on Instagram and refreshing it and going, oh, well, that girl looks younger, that girl looks better, that girl's face tuned, and I think that is what these young women that they're following are telling them. You've got 13-year-olds getting lip injections, right? Because they want to look like Kylie Jenner. Again, not a shot to Kylie Jenner, but what society have we created that ever made Kylie Jenner feel like she had to go out and buy those lips, that she had to contour her entire face and change her entire body? She was already a beautiful little girl. So the society is ill. It's not normal, right? Don't let these people convince you that that's normal. That's cancer, and that cancer will become contagious to you.
The trigger to them, and I could be wrong, the trigger to them, it seems as, bondage, go back in the kitchen, shut up and just, just be a slave to your husband. Why do you feel like there's so much of when they're hearing about some of the things that you say, like what makes you happy is making your husband a sandwich? Some people are like, that sounds crazy, right? So why do you think there's such a disgust, such a rejection of that kind of idea of that kind of woman in regards to modern society?
Because we're being brainwashed via the education system.
Okay.
You learn feminism in school, right? You learn feminism. I had to actively
define
learn it.
And for clarification, how do you define feminism?
I can tell you how they define it and what it actually is, right?
Go
So
ahead.
feminism in school, when you learn it, is you're just fighting against the patriarchy, and you're supposed to see the patriarchy everywhere. It's the same way that critical race theory and race is being taught. The idea is they're not actually teaching you anything but how to hate white people when you're learning about race in school. And when you are learning about feminism, they're not actually teaching you anything other than how to hate men and to see the patriarchy and men putting you down everywhere, right? So when you have that form of psychological conditioning taking place in the school system, you're producing women that see the patriarchy everywhere. It becomes like a paranoia, right? Oh my God, if asked me to make a sandwich, I'm not gonna make a sandwich for him, then that's it, I'm trapped. And they're actually not realizing that there actually was an incentive behind you even being taught that. You've never actually lived the life of making a husband a sandwich, and they think that's going to send you back and suddenly you're going to lose your voting rights and you're not going to be able to go get work. There was a time when there was a need for feminism, first wave feminism, right? But first wave feminists would want nothing to do with third wave feminists, which is where we're at today, right? Women that think that actually first wave feminists, you could argue, envied men, right? They wanted to be able to go to work. They wanted to have that option to be something outside of the home, right? Now we have that option, and we're being told the exact opposite, which is that everything in the home is bad. And that's what you call throwing out the baby with the bathwater. There are some really amazing things. I think the best things that come from being at home. Sometimes I think we got the bad end of the deal, right? I'm like, wait, we got to stay at home and do nothing and spend our husband's money and somebody complained?
Yeah.
That's a joke, guys.
That's a joke. But no, that and to me, I think that's the part where, I've unfortunately seen that happen so much in society, that there's such a mischaracterization to me of what people think as stay-at-home mothers and traditional women. There's such a mischaracterization, like these women were prisoners,
right?
And so whereas, like you said, I think first wave feminism wanted women to have a choice, but then third wave, the choice is gone. You must choose what we want for
exactly
you, right?
What we want is you need to be top top 40 Forbes company, a corporation. If you don't have that, then you somehow failed. And I'm like, that is so backwards and so wrong. And it also goes against biology. It goes against biology. There's a reason, biological underpinning to everything that we have in this society. People keep trying to outthink biology. It doesn't work that way, right? There's a reason, women can carry children and men can't. So that instantly allows man to have different goals in terms of the workforce than women, because that means we have to make a decision. Do we have children or continue working in our career, or try to juggle both? Men don't have that same pressure, and it's not their fault. They didn't design this. Men weren't like, well, I have an idea, let's not be able to carry children, only let women be able to do that. And so there's the biological reality of that, and increasingly you see women that go for it in terms of their career because they have the societal pressure, and then it's too late. And then they realize, wow, this job is not making me happy, but my gosh, can I just tell you as a new mom what you feel like when your son smiles at you? Like, when your baby looks up at you, there's no greater feeling of accomplishment. Like there is none. I have accomplished a lot in my life in terms of my career. And I can tell you there is nothing that satisfies me more than just my baby smiling at me. And we're taking that away from women because we're telling them that's the wrong aspirations to have in life.
Cool toes, Candace. Like I said, very great interview. I was very impressed. I might even go out and buy her book now. I think I got 2 credits on my audiobook. I might just use them and get her book or something. Like very articulate. She's just an intelligent woman. But I want to touch on more on what she was saying towards the end in terms of, she said it as illustrious as her career is, the biggest gift uh so far, or the biggest accomplishment she had so far was having a child. And I know that feeling. When I worked a decent job, but once I had my daughter, I just stepped it up tenfold. And my wife at the time was decided, she was already on leave. She decided to take a extended leave. Then got back in the workforce. Realized it was a toxic work environment. We had a discussion, and realized the best option was for her to be a stay at home mom. And like I said, it's worked out. It's worked out great. She's fully embraced her role of being a stay home mom. She's fully thrived in her femininity, and it works out for me, dude. It's just it's like a weight off your brain knowing you come home and your house is taken care of. Your daughter, you don't have to worry about your kids being in strange places or at daycare around people. In a nurturing environment. My daughter was a daddy's girl, and right now she's like a mama's girl. She flips back and forth, but it's just great to see that, man. To see that still exists, and I'm not knocking any female that that's fully thrived in this hustle culture that we have now. Um, if you want to do that, that's up to you. But at some point in time, like every female has this, it's a it's a time, and it's that one moment you stop and like, yo, I'm moving so fast, but how am I gonna start a family? Or I want to start a family, and I'm telling you right now, kids ain't no joke. It's hard to raise a kid when you constantly on a go, 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 or you working this. Believe me, I come from a single parent household, and I seen my mom, and never saw her. You know what I mean? Because she was always working, trying to provide, and especially if you got 2 parents in the household, man, it's good to have that balance. You know what I'm saying? And don't you don't have to live up to society's pressures of what they say the modern female should be. There's nothing wrong with being a traditional female, and at the same time, there's nothing wrong with hustling, getting your coins up. It's all, I guess, it's just up to you. But like I said, I encourage everybody to watch this interview, um, even if you don't like Candace Owens, which I really don't. I mean, I do now. After seeing this interview, I mess with her now. But just check it out. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Till next time, peace.